Hello! Welcome to Hiker's Happy Hour, the Crater Lake edition. We're here sitting obviously on the edge of Crater Lake in Crater Lake National Park at Discovery Point. We did the Discovery Point Trail from about a mile down up here for the happy hour, and pretty excited to be here. Crater Lake is a really fascinating place. The crater was created when Mount Mazama blew up about 8,000 years ago. And then the crater filled with water only from rain and snowmelt. There's actually no rivers or anything leading into the caldera, which creates a situation where the water is just extremely clear and blue and very still. Crater Lake is actually one of the clearest lakes in the world, so it's pretty cool to be here. Unfortunately, our view of it is not that great today because there's actually a pretty good sized wildfire in the northwest section of the park, which is creating a lot of haze. Most times when you're out here, you can actually see just so clear to the other side of the caldera, and the reflections are just perfect. But as you can see today, it's actually not that clear, so that's a little unfortunate. But we're still excited to be here and having our happy hour. Christina, why don't you tell us about the trail?
Sure. So like Ryan mentioned, we hiked up about a mile into Discovery Point on the Discovery Point Trail, which originates near the Visitor Center and park headquarters. So we are stopped here at this beautiful lookout. I'm giving you a panorama right now of the lake, and again, it is pretty hazy, so unfortunately the view isn't as clear as we all wish it could be. But this is a pretty neat place to be. It's kind of a geological anomaly. Like, there's not really any beach on this lake, and let's see if I can give you a view of the shoreline down here without like giving myself vertigo and needing a helicopter to come get me. So yeah, you can see down there it's pretty sheer from this lookout point, so it's about as close as I'm comfortable getting. But if you notice down there, like, there's a little bit of the rocky shore, and then you can see kind of that shadow, and that's pretty much where the drop-off is, so it's pretty close. Not the most inviting for swimmers or beachgoers, but still beautiful. And of course, the perfect place for happy hour. So let's see what we got here today.
We have two local Oregon beers. One, the Ashland Amber from Ashland, Oregon. That's for me. And then Christina has the Fort George Quick Wit, which is out of, oh, where's this from?
Astoria.
Astoria, Oregon. All right. We just bought these a few hours ago, so they're still nice and cold. You ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. Uh-oh. Alright, it's harder than it looks one-handed.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh.
What do you think?
This is excellent. So the Quick Wit, it's printed on here, has a couple things going on for it. It is a Belgian-esque ale, which is part of the reason why I chose this particular beer. Belgian beers are some of my favorite beers on the planet, and called Quick Wit, I was a little bit suspicious that it might be kind of a fusion between, you know, a nice fruity Belgian beer, but then also kind of that light, effervescent Hefeweizen, which is, you know, one of my favorite beers to drink during the summer, and this is absolutely living up to my expectations. I'm very, very impressed. Like it a lot. It's nice and light, crisp, kind of floral on the front end. And then it's also got this highly scientific drawing on here of what happens to your brain when you drink beer. As you can see, your brainstem turns into lightning, thus proving that beer makes you awesome.
Yeah. The Ashland Amber here, you know, it's actually pretty hoppy, and I am not a big fan of hoppy beers. So unfortunately, this beer really isn't for me, but I think folks who like hoppy beers might like it a whole lot. I'm also pretty into their message because at the top it says go biking, go rafting, go skiing, go fishing, go snowboarding, and those things are all things I support. So anyways, happy hour, cheers.
Cheers.